Hi there. Today we're going to do a cool project that shows how plants work, plus it's a beautiful thing. Now, I know you know that plants need water to survive, and I know you know that they have stems and leaves and flowers, and that they use their roots underground to soak up the rain. But how does the water actually move up in the plant? How does it get to the leaves and the flowers? There's nobody pushing it up. It doesn't ride on a little elevator. There's no machine carrying it up. How does the water get up there to the top of the plant? Well, it turns out that the plant has a cool thing called capillary action. Capillaries are thin tubes like straws. And when you put a very thin tube in some water, the water kind of gets sucked up because water is kind of sticky and likes to stick to things, and it sticks to the edges and it moves up, up, up. And the same thing happens in the stem of the plant. And we're going to do an experiment today that shows how that happens. You're going to need a couple of paper towels, some markers, pencil, scissors, and tape. You're also going to need a glass with a little bit of water in it. So we're going to make a flower and a stem. Let's do the flower part first. I'm going to take a square piece of paper towel. It's actually two pieces. I'm going to call it a piece because it's a square. And I'm going to fold it in half and in half again. Now, once I fold it up, it's kind of hard to tell which corner is which. So I'm going to put a little X in the center on each side to remind me where the center of the paper towel is. So I'm going to fold it up in half and in quarters again. And now I can see my X there. Okay. Now, most flowers are round, so I want to trim the edge to make it round, but I'm not so great at drawing curves. So I'm going to use a round thing to help me out. So the X part is here. I'm going to put it by the center of this plastic lid I found in my kitchen. And I'm going to use this lid as a guide to help me make my flower edge round. Okay, round enough. I'm going to fold it again. And then I'm going to open it up and I'm going to add some color. You don't have to do this, but it's fun. And it makes it look super cool at the end. So we're going to add some color. And if your markers are washable markers, water-based markers, that's the best kind. You know what? I just realized it might go through, so I'm going to put some plastic under here so I don't get anything on the table. So I'm going to add some color, some orange dots, and we want to add the color close to the center. Maybe some squiggly lines, whatever you want. Okay, now we're going to fold it up one more time, and it doesn't matter whether the color is on the inside or the outside. And we need to make a little hole in the center. We're going to cut off a piece of paper towel that's about the size of our pinky fingernail. Our flower's all set. Now we're going to make our stem. Now, our stem is also going to be a paper towel, and we're going to roll it up, and we'll know if it's the right size if it fits into that hole we made. So when I roll it up, I can compare it to my hole. Oh, I didn't roll it up skinny enough that time. I'm going to need to redo it. So I'm going to roll it up more tightly this time because it needs to fit through that hole, and you'll see why in just a little while. Can I fit it through? I have to squish it a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. What we want is for the stem to be touching the petal, the flower part. That's perfect. Okay, now I'm going to add a little tape to hold my stem together so it doesn't fall apart. Okie doke. Now it's time to put it in water and see the capillary action. You can use a tall glass, it'll take longer, or you can use a short glass and it'll go faster. I'm going to use a short glass. We want some water in there, but we don't want it filled all the way up. So I'm going to put this in, but this is going to be too tall. I'm going to trim it some. I'm going to trim it, make it a little shorter. And in it goes. Now, before I put it in, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'd like you to do yours this way with clear water, but I'm going to show you something a little different just to make it easier for you to see what's happening. I'm going to add food coloring to my water. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it so you can see better what's happening, because in the video it's not going to be very clear. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. I wonder what's going to happen. Let's find out. So we let that sit for about 15, 20 minutes, and the water gets pulled up, just like in a real flower. And when it's done, you get this cool thing. Because the water gets pulled up through the stem part and out through the flower part, and the water dissolves the marker ink a little bit, and it helps it spread out, and that reminds us of how flowers really work. And now you know about capillary action and how flowers use it to pull water up their stems.